Hello there, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are updating my reading journal for the month of February, and I am super proud of myself. I have finished 5 books in February, one of the shortest months. Who knew? I am already ahead on my reading challenges for this year of 40 books, so that's going to help when the mood reading dips, because it will dip. I read 2 physical books, 3 audiobooks, no Kindle books this month. That's what this little stat page is for. And then this one, it has some of the same things, but then I need to fill out the pages and the hours and the minutes. Haven't done that yet. The book battle page. Surprise, surprise, I thought Tea and Alchemy from January was going to beat out everything because I loved it so much. And then I read A Song to Drown Rivers, and that beat out Tea and Alchemy. Who knew? Wonderful surprises. Trying to work on the Goober reading challenge page. I might do a flip out, but I just couldn't find anything that worked this month, so I'm going to keep designing and redesigning. But my book for the challenge for February was Done and Dusted. It was both a colorful cover and a romance. In the next pages, you'll see the Buzzword reading challenge, and I needed a prompt that, like a book that had keyboard keys in it, so I picked Poems and Prayers by Matthew McConaughey. And then the Buzzword book cover challenge this month was Silhouette. So that's where I put A Song to Drown Rivers. For the year in Aeldia, I picked the book Done and Dusted because I needed something from my top shelf. And I don't actually have a big bookshelf. I actually have like a square, that you can get at the Target. I got mine at the Big Lots back in the day. So I have one of those, and then in my bedroom it's actually a DVD holder, but I use it for books. And it was on the top shelf, so there you go. I'm also going to be highlighting the map so I can see what direction I'm going, because this map can be used for multiple years, which I think is pretty cool. For my February page, I will say a lot of the inspiration comes from Cozy with Katie. I love that she does kind of one side that has like a tiny bookshelf and the book she read, and then the other page is usually somewhat decorative. So I am using quotes from Book Babe, and I'll be using stickers from Retro Holidays from Live Love Posh. The 5 books I read this month for February was Get It Done by Gretchen Rubin. That was an audiobook. I really enjoyed Gretchen Rubin's self-improvement style of writing because it's very, I hate to use the word basic, but what I mean is it's kind of those no-brainer things that we all should kind of have the knowledge for, but she presents it in such a way that it's like, hey, sometimes we get too caught up in our own thoughts and we need a little help to get unstuck. I kind of feel like she's the get unstuck self-help, self-improvement writer. So I really enjoy her. She was not a part of any challenge, though. Her book was not. Also read Poems and Prayers by Matthew McConaughey. As I said before, that was part of a Buzzword challenge. And it was a really great listen. I did it for audio, and it was just such a beautiful, beautiful piece. Also, I did Done and Dusted. That was an okay book. It was fine. It was a fun little romp. And it completed a Goober challenge and an Aeldia challenge. I also reread Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. My goal is to get through all of the Throne of Glass series. I'm doing these as audiobooks. I finally decided that I needed to just get that done. And now we're off onto A Song to Drown Rivers. This book is just a beautiful book to look at. It is a retelling of a Chinese folktale or fairy tale of the Seven Beauties, and it follows Zixi. She is a girl of tremendous beauty from this little town that has been ravaged by war. They're all just trying to get by. When a mysterious stranger encounters her saving a little girl by a river. Mysterious stranger shows up the next day at her house, and we find out that he is the captain of the guard for the king, and he has been charged to find the most beautiful maiden to be the enemy king's downfall. So his name is Fanli, not the enemy king, the mysterious stranger. That is important. So he ends up not only taking Zixi, but also her best friend, and she is charged with kind of being the protector of Zixi. He trains both of them to be the enemy king's downfall. And, well, this is where I don't want to get into too much information, but it's a beautiful story. The ending was unexpected, but yet I felt like I should have seen it coming. It's a great story about perception and how everyone, depending on what side you're on of things, perceives things differently. And Zixi learns that as she works with the enemy king. It's a sad story. It's a lovely story. That's why it ended up beating out Tea and Alchemy, even though I still love Tea and Alchemy. It was just a beautiful book, and I got it randomly. This was one of the books I picked up at the grown-up book fair done by the Social Reader, and I saw it, and I was like, this book is beautiful. And so it was a judged the book by its cover. But like I said, just an overall beautiful story. Highly recommend. Definitely a 5-star. Glad I own it. I'll probably reread it again just because I know there's pieces I missed, because once the action got going, it was like, can't put it down. It had a very interesting flow, because sometimes it would be like, read, fast things happening. And then all of a sudden it would slow down, like it would pull back. And I thought that was just a very interesting way of writing this story. So yeah, highly recommend. I designed the spread with the nature elements in mind. That's why you saw me looking through the fruits and florals book and things like that, because a lot of things would take place in different gardens or outdoors. So I wanted something that had a little bit of that nature vibe. The colors in the fruits and floral book from Live Live Posh were just a little too bright. So I went with these washi tapes from Archer and Olive, and I think it matched the book vibe very well. Really liked that. And then I wanted to conclude the spread with a quote that was on Fondly's sword. And it was kind of brought up multiple times, which was, "The mind destroys, the heart devours." And it was something that Fondly, the captain of the guard, would keep in mind for himself, because he never wanted to have his emotions cloud his judgment with whatever task he was doing. That was a big deal for him. That probably helps you know where this is going in the story. But he ends up even giving the sword to Zishi once she is in enemy territory. So even she has it to help protect her. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed getting maybe some reading ideas, and I can't wait to update you with my March reading journal.